Hey guys, it's Vicky, and today I am here with a bit of a different video, a new video for me that I've never done before. I've seen a lot of booktubers do this sort of video on their channels, and I thought it looked like a lot of fun and a really good way to kind of like hold oneself accountable for the books that one buys. So I'm going to be doing a book haul revisit. The book haul that I'm going to be revisiting is from April 2017. It was my first book haul that I ever did on my channel, and it was also my very first video that I ever did. So yeah, I don't remember any of the books from that book haul. I know that it was from a library sale that I went to, and that's about all I know. Because yeah, I haven't watched that video since I posted it 2 years ago. So we're going to take a trip down memory lane together, and we're going to look at what books I purchased, what books have I read from that haul, which ones haven't I read, how has it gone, and then at the end, out of the unread books that I have, I'm going to choose one and put it on my May TBR for next month. So it's a good way to kind of revisit books that I have had on my shelves for, I don't want to say too long, but for 2 years, that's a while to have a book sitting on your shelf. It's a good way for me to kind of get through some of these books that have been on my shelves for a while. So let's go ahead and take a trip down memory lane and see what Booktube baby Vicky bought back in April of 2017. Okay, here we go. Hey guys, it's Vicky, and today I'm here to share with you a book haul. One of the local libraries in my town, one of the bigger libraries, had their biannual book sale, and because they're such a huge library, oh, look how long my hair is.
Stuff is really great, so I always try to
kind of want my hair long again.
So I got some books from that sale that I'm going to share with you right now.
I'm just going to fast forward through my rambling intro. It looks like a couple of the first couple books are just children's books that I bought for Leia, so I'm just going to fast forward through those because you guys aren't interested in those. And I've definitely read them probably multiple times, so let's see if I can fast forward.
The first one is
here we go.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark by Elvin Schwartz, and this one totally got me feeling nostalgic because I loved these books when I was in, I want to say like late elementary, maybe middle school. I just thought that these were so great. And I actually only owned, though, the sequel, More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, so when I saw this one, like, I had to get it. I remember reading these, like, with my friends, like, out loud, and, like, just, like, getting creeped out, you know.
So I actually have since upgraded my edition of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and I actually bought the 3-book set because I wanted all 3 of them. So that edition that I bought at the library sale ended up donating back, and now I have like a newer edition. I haven't reread it, but definitely will because, like I said in the video, those books were my jam. Okay, so moving on.
And then the last one that I got out of the children's room was The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. And this is one that I've heard a lot about, and I know it's a series, but I just picked up the first one because in case I didn't like it, I didn't want to have all of the books, but it just sounds like a cool kind of fantasy kind of adventure story.
Okay, so I have not read The Golden Compass. Yeah, so one there in the unread pile.
Books are all from the adult section, and they were a really good price, so I'll share that at the end, but I was just so excited about these. The first one is The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, and I picked this up because I read it in high school. I want to say my junior year of high school, and I haven't read it since. And I enjoyed it then, but I really want to reread it because now that I'm an adult, of course, I want to see if I feel differently about it, which I'm sure I do, you know, because I'm coming from a different place. But I mean, I picked it up because this is actually the edition that we read in school.
Okay, so I've read, obviously, The Catcher in the Rye. I have not reread it, though, and I still want to. So I think I have read it, but the purpose of me buying it was to reread it, and I haven't yet. So I'm going to consider that unread. Yeah, I'm going to consider that unread. Okay.
And then the next one I got is Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. And this is one, it's a poetry collection. It's pretty, like, well known in terms of, like, poetry collections. And I've been wanting to kind of start to read more poetry. I've been interested in him
Have
and
I?
also in Anne Sexton. Even Emily Dickinson I haven't really read.
I just think it's funny that I said that because I don't think I've really read any poetry since I started my channel. So it's kind of funny, but anyway.
A lot of Emily Dickinson, so I just kind of want to just kind of get more into poetry, and I figured this would be a great way to do it. I could just kind of flip it open from time to time and read a couple of poems. And
So yeah, I have not read Leaves of Grass, but I still obviously want to. So, okay, that's another unread one.
And then the next one I got was Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. And this is one that I picked up because recently another booktuber who I follow, Katie at Chapter Stacks, did a book review of this. And I'd never heard of it before, and it sounded really cool. So
I love Katie still.
I had to pick it up. It is a like sci-fi kind of dystopian futuristic novel, and it's kind of a coming of age road story, if you will, about a young black girl who is kind of leaving her area after some crazy stuff has gone down.
Okay. So I have not read Parable of the Sower either. So yeah, still have it on my shelf. So another one for the unread pile. I'm not doing so well with this book haul in terms of reading books.
And then the next one is one that has, I've heard so much about, and it's just so acclaimed and everything, and I'm like, why haven't I read this book? And that is Beloved by Toni Morrison, and I have never read any Toni Morrison, but I hear that she is amazing. And obviously this was a Nobel Prize winning book. So
It's another unread one.
It's gotta be good, right? But it also seems like it's gonna be kind of a depressing story, but I think it's an important one to read. So, and again, it's in pretty good shape, so I was like, I'm grabbing it.
So this just has like a side note. I've noticed that I haven't done any cuts or edits in this video. So like for my first booktube video, and I just did it straight without any editing, I'm kind of like proud of myself. You go, baby booktube Vicky, because I don't do that anymore. I edit like everything. So yeah, just a little fun side note there.
Okay, and then the next one is The Revenant by Michael Punka.
I did read this one.
This is the novel that the movie is based on, and I saw the movie, not the whole thing though. I fell asleep when my husband and I rented it. Not because it was boring, I was just really tired.
Okay, anyways, rambling. I did read The Revenant, and I think I gave it 3 stars. I think I read it last year. I liked it. It was good. 3 stars, you know, didn't love it, didn't hate it.
Is one that has also been on my list to read for a long time because I've heard great things about it, and it's just been on my radar, and so when I saw this copy I had to pick it up, and that is The Secret History by Donna Tart. I've never read Donna Tart before, but I've heard that she is great, and this one in particular is kind of like her most, you know, famous book.
Well, The Goldfinch too.
And I don't know too much about it. I know it's about a group of college students that I want to say they kind of, I don't want to say they befriend, but they kind of become involved with this particular professor, and then they kind of start to do bad things. And
kind of. I actually read The Secret History in 2017, and I really liked it. It was really good, and I gave it 4 stars. So, okay, so I think that's what, 2 that I've read from this haul.
I was very pleased with myself.
Oh, okay.
You know,
and The Secret History was the last book. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the books that were in this haul that I did not read or have not read and pick one of them to put on my May TBR. So I'm going to go grab them. Just one second. Okay, so I have first The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Like I said, this one I have actually already read, but I bought it with the purpose of rereading it, and I haven't reread it. And I feel like I still want to reread it for sure, but I feel like when I reread it, I want to reread it at back to school time because it like is one of those books that like you have to read in school. So I feel like I want to read it in back to school time, which is, I don't know if that's kind of weird, but so I'm not really feeling that right now. So I'm going to pass on this one. The next one is The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. This is one that I feel like is a more of a winter read because if I remember right, I think it takes place in either winter time or the setting is in a very like cold, snowy area. So I feel like I want to read it during that season, like winter season. So again, not really feeling this as a spring read, so I'm going to pass on this one as well. We have Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. This is such a very large poetry book, and though I do still really want to read it, and I think that this time of year would be a good time to read it, I don't know. This is a maybe. I'm gonna set it as a maybe, because I feel like it'd be a good spring book, but I don't know if I'm ready for this chunky of a poetry book, so that's a maybe. Okay, and then I have Beloved by Toni Morrison. This one I feel like, since I've hauled it, I've learned that it is kind of like a ghost story, which is really interesting, so I feel like I would rather read this in the fall, because I like to read more like spooky ghost kind of stories in the fall. So yeah, I think I'm gonna save this one for the fall. Yeah. And then lastly, I have Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. And this one, I could read this one right now. I think I'd be in the mood for this. This kind of dystopia crazy book. Okay, so that means I have to choose between Parable of the Sower and Leaves of Grass. The thing about Leaves of Grass is there's no way I would finish this in May. It would take me a couple of months because I think I would read it at a very slow pace. So I think for now, I'm going to put down Leaves of Grass, and I'm going to go ahead and do Parable of the Sower. Yeah. Like I said, this one's been on my radar, like I said in the video. I've had it on my shelves for 2 years. I think it's time. So yeah, I'm going to go with Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. Alright guys, so that is my book haul revisit. It was kind of fun to see my very first video and visit it again and see how different I am, which turns out I'm really not that much different. My hair is a little bit shorter than it was in the video, but other than that I'm pretty much the same. My bookshelves look the same, everything's the same. But yeah, I am excited that I did this because it's kind of putting things into perspective and makes me realize, okay, you've had a couple of these books for for a couple of years now. What are we gonna do with them? I still want to read all of them, so it's not like I'm gonna get rid of them. But I don't know, we'll revisit it again at another time and see if I still feel the same way. So let me know down below if the books that I haven't read, if you've read them, and what books you think of this pile I should maybe bump up on the TBR. If I'm missing out on something, I would love to know. But yeah, other than that, I think this was fun, and I'm hoping to do it again. As you guys know, I don't do like monthly book hauls because I don't haul books very often. I probably only do them every couple of months, maybe like 3 or 4 times a year. So it'll probably be a while before I do another book haul revisit. But I think it's fun. I think it's a good way to hold myself accountable and to see what I've been buying and whether I've read the stuff that I bought. So cool. Let me know if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more of these because I think they're fun and I definitely do want to do more. So, alright. Okay. So now you guys have a spoiler, one of the books that's going to be on my May TBR. Yeah, that's it though. I hope that you guys are having a great day, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.